Good morning, good morning, good morning. Before I even begin speaking right now, I just want to take the time to applaud all of you scholars. I just really want to give them a round of applause for all of your effort. You could be doing so much right now, but the youth of Washington, D.C., you're representing right now, and it means so much to me to stand here today. It really does. I think 12 years ago, I was in your seat. 12 years ago, I was interviewing for this scholarship. I found this scholarship in a book, and I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to send an application." A few weeks later, I heard a call back for an interview like you had, and I was able to just share my story. So when I was preparing words, I thought to myself, like, do I write something down? Or do I take this time to just really talk about one of the scholarships that really anchored me, really helped me transition from DC to now Cambridge. So before I begin speaking, I wanted to thank my husband and my son, who's 4 months, who got on a plane, made sure we were here. He's in the back. I don't even know if I can't see out there, but I took my first engagement for service 1 month after I gave birth, and I always tell him, like, we serve. This is what we do. This is what we're about. And I think about that all 5 of you were chosen to serve. And this level of service, this level of commitment, you have an obligation now to all of the people who are here to make sure you go out within the world, the global community, and represent. I always think about how before UPO, I've never even been on an airplane, but UPO made sure I got on a plane to study abroad in Tanzania. So it's not just Georgetown. I studied in 2 universities in Tanzania because of the support that I received at UPO. So they're equipping our scholars with what they need to go out in the world and represent. Southeast Washington, D.C., like 12 blocks away from the U.S. Capitol building. Never had access to great buildings like this. I'm in Potomac Gardens. I don't know if any of you know that. Potomac Gardens, paying $104 a month in rent. Sometimes my mother couldn't make that. Like, it was serious. But I always think about the obstacles that I overcome, that I've had the privilege of partnering with people here in this building, in this room. Mr. Jones, who I remember at 17, I remember Cynthia Johnson was her name at the time, before D'Angelo came, just telling me, go talk to him, go, just tell him where you are. And I'm just like, wait, I'm talking to the CEO, wait, should I go? Wait. Didn't even know that I had that level of access and that you all cared for me in that way. So when I come and I'm talking to you, I do feel like I'm talking to family. I do feel like I'm in a room full of people that poured into me. So when I think about my humble beginnings in Southeast Washington, D.C., I think about the challenges that I was determined to overcome. Recently, I applied for my EDLD at Harvard University, so I'm trying to win there again. It's very clear, trying to put that out there in the universe, trying to make that plain. Thank you. Trying to win there again, but the title of my personal statement was Survivor's Remorse. And when I think about what that really means, like all that went into what I had to do to succeed, I think about the time when UPO awarded me a scholarship, didn't write about it, couldn't talk about it. My father still today suffers from an untreated addiction to crack cocaine. My mother was hospitalized multiple times throughout middle school and high school because of suicide attempts. So I didn't write that in my essay when I sat before UPO. I didn't talk about it, but that was the issues I was plagued with. My father is addicted to drugs. My mother suffers with mental health issues. Didn't talk about that. I talked about how I was a 4.0 student at Eastern High School. Ramblers? Any Ramblers? Any? I didn't talk about that. So it was me dealing with the issues, but still saying, no, I want you to know me for shining. I want you to know me for what I'm overcoming. I don't want your pity. I want an opportunity. I want it. At 17, I want that. I want an opportunity. Those challenges, no. I envision myself going to Harvard. Crazy thing, right? I had teachers at Eastern tell me, like, you think because you have straight A's here, you can make it at an Ivy League institution? I said, yeah. Yeah. I said, yeah. So to be in a place where the way that scholarships rolled out, received so many scholarships when I was 17. I received, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the Bill and Melinda Gates Scholarship that I have right now, a 12-year scholarship, right? Different scholarships do different things. Some scholarships gave me a $1,000 check, an 18-year-old with a $1,000 check. What are you doing with it? Like I did what an 18-year-old would do, spend it on clothes and shoes and food. And then there were scholarships that sent the money straight to Georgetown. And I said, no, I tried to intercede the best of my ability and say, give it to me for more shoes and clothes. No. But they sent it to the university. Because Georgetown gave me a full ride, they take the money. So if you were to give money to, award a student a scholarship and send it to the financial aid office, they're just going to deduct it if there's a financial award packet. They usually take that into what the expenses that they already allotted each student. But with UPO, the money that you give these students, it goes into a fund for them, essentially. And it's a partnership, and you receive a family. So UPO is talking to the students. And that, I thought when I first met Cynthia Johnson, I'm going to keep telling her what I need, and she's going to provide it. What is this? What type of system is this? Because this is different than any other scholarship I have. But the thing is, the investment that they made, they wanted to ensure that I had counsel. I was first generation. I was the first in my family of 36 grandchildren in Washington, D.C. to go off to college. The first. How do I navigate that if I don't have support? So it's giving you not just $10,000, go have fun with it, or $10,000, university, spend it how you want it, to really get into the lives of these students. When I got my scholarship to go off to Tanzania, I didn't have a plane ticket. How do I, Georgetown is funding the trip to Tanzania, but how do I get there? UPO, that scholarship that I received, I was able to say, Mr. Jones, I need to get to Tanzania. I got the scholarship, I got in, I need the scholarship. Oh, we can help you with that. And when it came to, I went to, for my second master's, I went to Johns Hopkins. I needed technology. I needed a new computer. My computer shut down. I don't have a computer to get through my second master's. My first master's. Mr. Jones, I really need a computer. This is what I was looking at. Do you think that I can use some of the money that's set aside already to purchase this? Yes, you can, Sharnetta. We want you to do well. You're representing us in Baltimore now. So now that it came time to Harvard, I still have that relationship. I still have that access. So it's when it comes to you investing in this, if there's any other scholarship that I'm giving my money to, it's this one, because it's the support. It's those helping students navigate those nuances to really transition from poverty or Washington, D.C. and the issues that we faced here into the global landscape. You're preparing these students who went to public schools in Washington, D.C., who've overcome all types of challenges to go out into the world and represent us. You won't ever forget that. So I want to thank Andrea Thomas. I want to thank Mr. Dana Jones. I want to thank every person that I came in contact with for the past few years. I met you at 17. I'm 30. This is ongoing. This is a commitment that I wouldn't exchange for the world. And I'm so grateful that all of you are here. And I really do want you all to join me in making sure that we text 41444 and honoring the 55 years of service. I ask that you partner with myself, with my husband, with the board to be able to support these students. A scholarship really changed my life and my outcomes. Before I go, I wanted to be able to thank you all for your time and making sure that we continue to partner. And if I am to say anything about in Martin Luther King's legacy of service, of commitment, I think about, I'm actually an educator and a counselor, and it's my goal to perform at the highest level that I possibly can to combat intergenerational poverty. I think about the challenges that I had to overcome as a 17-year-old. Told you about my mother and my father. Those challenges are still there. My father, leaving here, I'm going to the ICU because the habit that he could not kick. And my mother and I have sort of an estranged relationship because of some of the mental health issues turned into some type of mental just abuse. But it's to me, it's teaching students in this age not to allow their challenges to stop them from succeeding. There's no excuse. We gotta succeed. Those are skills. Those are life skills. Overcoming issues. Don't become a victim. Thinking about true welfare systems. I'm into welfare reform. There are all types of things that I'm really trying to understand. then one thing that I can say that UPO was able to do was, instead of giving me a fish, giving me handouts, saying, Sharnetta, oh, this is scholarship, this is money, spend it the way you want, they partnered with me and taught me to fish. And because of that, I've been fishing since. And as an educator, I have the opportunity to go into classrooms. And right now I'm starting into consulting. Like, I'm going into schools and telling other schools how to better serve our students in our communities. And it all started with someone making that investment in me. So today, I ask you to partner again with us and making sure you make the greatest investment in your community. I can assure you that these students won't disappoint. They won't. Thank you so much.